minutes of Truth Time with Dr. Cornell West and Senator Nina Turner on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
These two curves, this one and this one, are way more common. So the main thing to really understand is, what are you trying to get out of this relationship? Because I think oftentimes what happens is, if you're like complimenting a girl, like, are you like, that's kind of interesting, right? Are you like, what are you doing there? So generally speaking, you know, I don't really compliment people that I have relationships with. I may appreciate them from time to time, but I don't like open up with a bunch of compliments. Because usually like that signals something else. Are you like, so you have to start by figuring out what is going on within you. So when you're texting someone for hours, like, why are you texting them for hours? Are you genuinely enjoying the interaction? Are you hopeful that this will turn into something? Are you just are you just kind of chilling and having a good time? Because if you're chilling and having a good time, then it shouldn't really matter to you that things kind of fizzle out over time, right? Like, it shouldn't matter, because you're just appreciating the moment, and the moment isn't going to last forever. So if I'm like walking down the street and I see a beautiful flower and I smell the flower and I'm like, wow, that flower is amazing, and then I just move on with my life. So if this is truly what you're doing, then it shouldn't bother you that the next day they don't text, right? Because you can just appreciate the interaction and move on. But chances are you're hopeful, or you're attaching some kind of expectation. And this is the key thing to understand. Because when you attach an expectation, oftentimes done subconsciously, like you're kind of lonely, you're kind of interested in this person, you do want to ask them out, and you start complimenting them, and like you're kind of like gearing up to ask them out, you want them to like you, you're kind of like love bombing them a little bit, right? You're trying to stack the deck in your favor. You're creating an expectation. And if you're not transparent with that expectation, if you're not transparent with that intention, what it's probably going to lead to is like some kind of miscommunication over time, because you're saying one, like you're doing one thing, you're intending one thing.
Listen, I'm going to drop a bomb on you. This is the second hour. I'm going to the phone lines, but I'm going to drop a bomb on you. I want everybody to listen to this. I want to see this all over Instagram. Y'all get ready to meme this. Could the real marriage, get ready. I need the church organs. Could the real nuptials, could the real relationship, oh my God, could the real marriage be individuation? Sometimes you gotta be married before you get married. See, you want to go get married as a means to be your better half, right? Oh, somebody's going to come in and fix me. Somebody going to come in and supplement me. But maybe, just maybe, the real marriage is individuation. The marriage of self. Becoming whole. Is that not the symbology surrounding marriage? The ring, 360 degrees, represents the union of the two people. Right? Huh? Maybe the real marriage is individuation. where you merge your shadow, right, with your mask, where you become a whole person. Too many broken people are jumping the broom, thinking because they jumped the broom ceremonially, right, in a ceremony, right, thinking because they jumped the broom that they're somehow whole. No, you're two broken people, still cutting each other with the sharpened edges of your soul. I know you don't want to hear it put that way, but that's how you were taught to relate. You know nothing about the University of You, which is intimate relationship. You know nothing about the holographic relationship. You know nothing about the holographic mirrored environment that intimate relationships provide to you. Intimate relationships provide this holographic mirrored environment so you can see yourself, claim yourself, and heal yourself. So maybe before you seek to get married to a person, maybe, just maybe, you might want to marry yourself. You might want to be in union with yourself. Union, communion, one with yourself. What counterintuitive dynamics occur when an individual's history of trauma becomes the gravitational force that pulls them towards codependent relationships? Y'all want to play with relationships. Y'all want to play on social media. Y'all want to be entertained. This is what Krishnamurti talked about, being broken, empty, shoddy, disheveled people. Because we spend 98% of our time running away from the important work. Do you know how many people out there would rather be married, get divorced, only to turn around and say, well, at least I did it. Ooh, at least I did it. That's like saying at least, well, you know, I used to own a Mercedes-Benz. I can't afford it no more, but at least I had one. In what ways might the pursuit of a clingy relationship challenge our understanding of resilience, forcing us to reevaluate what true strength entails? How does one reconcile the paradox that love, in its most profound form, requires both of us to surrender to need and the courage to embrace solitude? Right? I want to know. We're talking about clinginess and neediness. And what's the difference between that and codependence? We got callers on the line. I want to get them on right now. I don't want nobody wait. Nikki from the SIP. She's been on the longest. Nikki, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Brother Zoe and the fam.
Hey. Oh, Lord, it's so good to have Deaconess Nikki in the Voice of Reason. We're going to sit back and let you have the floor. Go ahead and cook.
Well, just some food for thought and listening. The term relationship looters came up.
Oh, Lord.
Often that term looter to me is used to unaffectionately describe people who might be in otherwise less than desirable circumstances. Because often when we see the term looter being utilized, it's happening to happening with disenfranchised people who are experiencing some level of need already. That is not a justification for theft that I'm making. I'm simply pointing out that if you are in a desolate, lack, scarcity position, and your outward conditions are challenging, you may be more inclined to loot from your relationships what it is that you are in scarcity of.
Ooh, oh, no, don't do us like that. We came into the relationship to loot.
Perhaps.
Oh, my goodness, that hurt. Keep going. Keep going.
Perhaps. Well, society describes people looting, shows us people looting, in my experience, in less than desirable circumstances, like Hurricane Katrina, for instance. But it doesn't talk to us about why are they doing that. It's not because inherently they're angry at that point. Their circumstances outwardly were such dire circumstances that for some of them it pressed them inwardly to commit an act that they ordinarily would not have done.
Yes.
I'm not making an excuse for the people who would have and stole sneakers anyway, but maybe some of them didn't have shoes because they floated away.
Right.
So if we say codependency, right? Because, I mean, if I'm in a looting circumstance in this world because I didn't come from an environment of secure people, or I've not been exposed to secure people.
Early childhood, whatever that is,
Okay.
early childhood
Whatever
issues.
that is.
Yes, whatever
Right,
that
because
is.
That's beyond socioeconomics. Okay. So I'm suggesting that perhaps, maybe, you're already in a deficit looting position. So to be able to recognize, since we can't do the mirror because that's hard and it requires work, but you also have to have some sense of awareness, some kind of self-awareness, internal lights going off, red flags, seeing women in red dresses in the Matrix.
Right.
If you are already internally, because of something that happened or did not happen, you're looting from you.
Wait, hold on. Because you just opened up a whole can, and I don't know if these people understand. Are you telling me, and please, Deaconess, correct me, just like in Christianity, we are all born in sin. But if we're born in a dysfunctional family, are we also born looters?
Yeah,
Ooh,
because we're not, especially, I'll just go with the Christianity because you know why.
Come on, let's do it.
If you don't, we could fix what's wrong with us as a society today, but we gotta want it bad enough.
Ooh, okay. I'm rocking right with you. We gotta want to heal the
Now,
relationship looter in us. Come on, keep going.
You got to want that bad enough. If you know you live in a flood zone, but economically in your mind, you do the math and say it's cheaper for me to stay here because my rent is little, but you have not calculated the cost that every time you have a flood, you have to replace everything. And every time that happens, you have to remove yourself and your family every time. And what that takes from you, because already on the inside of you is looting you.
Wow.
Because you don't want bad enough to not be in that place. Because anybody or everybody or what religion has taught you in terms of your experience has taught you that it's okay for you to be there.
So it's your norm now. Whether it's toxic or not,
Right.
whether it's limited, broken, whatever, this is what I'm used to. I'm familiar with it. Keep going.
And you continue to pass that on generation after generation after generation. For those people who don't believe in the generational curses, okay, we can say that if that's what you want to, but it keeps occurring generation after generation. Because there wasn't. So when you get in this room we in together. In this family, we in together for real. And you trying to work on that mirror and that shadow.
Right.
That self-realization of not the pointing the finger outward, but to take a minute and say, wait a minute, I'm losing me now. My sense of value from me. The biblical definition, whichever religion you serve, of marriage, that is a covenantal relationship. First. So how is it then that, especially in the Deep South, I've always thought that was interesting. You say you have this relationship with Christ, but yet you don't value you.
Ooh. Wait a minute.
I'm sorry?
No.
How does that go?
No, you cooking right now. Keep going.
The first relationship is, well, why do you love God? Because he loved me first. Would that not be your first example of value? I mean, I'm just saying.
Wait, stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Don't go anywhere. Nikki from the SIP, I want you to think very long and hard. Marriage is a covenantal relationship. She said it's a covenant-based relationship. Should we have a covenant with ourselves before? Yes. Wait, stop. Don't answer. When we come forward, we going back to the SIP. Missy, hey, listen. Nikki from the SIP is on complete fire right now. Y'all better get this good game.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
One, two. You ready?
Somebody make some noise in this joint.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates its 4th anniversary this year on Juneteenth.
Here we go again.
Hello. Hard to believe 4 years has gone by so fast.
Oh my God.
But here we are, still standing, still loving and serving our people as best we can.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
To celebrate our 4th anniversary, we have 4 big events, and you're invited to all of them.
She got a lot to say.
Let's do this.
Let's get it on. On Wednesday, June 18th, we go live on C-SPAN for the 2nd consecutive year with our Climate Justice plus Black Health Symposium. Tavis Smiley will moderate an all-star panel of thinkers and influencers as we continue our vitally important climate justice work.
Hey, Tavis Smiley, talk about.
On Thursday, June 19th, you're invited to join us as we celebrate Juneteenth and our 4th anniversary. There'll be plenty of food, fun, great music, good vibes, and all of your favorite KBLA Talk 1580 hosts will be there.
Yeah, man.
Flip the beat. On Saturday, June 21st, there are 2 big events you're invited to attend.
I can't wait to hear it.
This year, KBLA Talk 1580 continues its annual partnership with the Empowerment Congress for a community celebration and dialogue to educate, engage, and empower. This year's theme is resilience in the face of chaos.
Can't wait to see what's up next.
Y'all ain't ready for this.
And new this year is our State of Black Women in Los Angeles Symposium, moderated by Dominique DePrima, with a luncheon to follow. Dominique will be leading a dialogue with some of the most impactful Black women leaders in Los Angeles, and you're invited to join.
This is it.
All of these events are free, but seating is limited, so you must register in advance at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can find all the details you need about each event.
Check it out.
It's our 4th anniversary, and we would love to celebrate it with you.
I love you guys so much. There's nothing you can do about it.
We're KBLA Talk 1580.
The only black talk radio station west of the Mississippi.
Thank you for having our black.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
We love you.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at WalkGoodLA. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Generation, fast-paced nation, world population confront their frustration. The principles of true hip-hop have been forsaken. It's all contractual and about money making. Pretend to be cats, don't seem to know their limitation. Exact replication and false representation. You wanna be a man, then stand your own. To MC requires skills, I demand some show.
I knew you were going to be angry. You said no, and I risked it anyway.
You know, as an anxious person, how you can make it right.
Yes.
So that you can ultimately get away with it.
Yes. This is the ultimate guilt trip when you're giving and giving and giving.
So there's an expectation.
Yes, of course there's an expectation. There's always an expectation. You have this ideal image. When you fall in love, this person is everything you want them to be. It puts that into question. So the way it works is like we know we can get away with it and we know how to sell it. When you're with someone who's always afraid of commitment, then it's safe for you to want commitment.
There is a greater cause or reason of some kind to override that boundary.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about that?
No.
Do anxious people take advantage of that?
Man, oh Manischewitz. Woo, the voice of reason is on fire tonight. Complete fire. I love it. I love it. I love it. Nikki from the SIP was in the middle of a bonfire, right? A firestorm of wisdom. I so appreciate her calling in and taking the time to share. I want to get her back in here because I want her to drill down on the concept we were unpacking, right? And that is the self-covenant. What does a self-covenant look like? And why should we enter into a self-covenant before we enter into a marital covenant with an external partner? Why is it so important to have a self-covenant beforehand? Go ahead.
The self-covenant well, it sets up everything else. We keep saying to each other that you have to, all this manifesting we do in our society, you have to be the thing you're trying to manifest. I am a terrible girlfriend. Terrible. I learned that I'm a terrible girlfriend because I'm a great wife.
Ooh. Yeah, come on.
That's different. That's different. That's where the contract, the covenantal contract, started for me as a kid in a household who saw the covenantal contract. See, sometimes in our society, particularly with young women, you keep doing girlfriend stuff when you get married, or you do it the other way before you get to, because you want him to want you to be his wife, right? Well, if you dating, you can't do wife stuff if you dating, because he'll keep letting you do all that because it's wonderful, I'm told. Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Nikki. See, go ahead.
When you get your covenant together, and see, the other thing that's so important right now in our society, if you get your covenant, your internal covenant with you and the God you serve right, it will help to dispel what society tells you is supposed to be. Whoever church, whatever minister, mama,
all of that. Transcend all of that.
Because you're not going to get through this life on what mama and them's relationship did. You're going to have to stand and deliver for yourself at a point. With your own walk, with your own God. And when you can nurture that relationship first, see, it's not about the rings. It goes back to when it was just a cut in your hand and they put that ribbon around your wrist and y'all bled together right there. It was designed for you all to stay together the whole way with that blood covenant. That's why, if you get divorced in some religions, you still married.
Right.
So, but if you don't work on the internal part, it makes it harder for you to hit that tennis ball back when you get fed stuff in whatever church you serve that may not actually line up with what the Lord said, whatever Lord you serve.
Nikki.
And so then you get indoctrinated and deviate from your covenantal relationship. When I was little, my dad said, listen, you're going to read these instructions, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you put this table together, if it don't look like a table, go back to 1. To this day, I'm still right there. If I don't get the result that I'm expecting to get, I'm going back to 1 and come again.
Nikki, stay right there. I'm sorry. I can't let you go. When we come forward, we're going to wrap it up with Nikki from the SIP, because when I tell you, she putting together a whole puzzle right now.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Chicago had a less violent Memorial Day weekend than last year, with 22 people shot and 2 killed. Black Mayor Brandon Johnson credits his administration's approach to safety and expects continued improvement as summer approaches.
Homicides are down 21%. Shooting incidents are down 36%. Robberies are down 36%.
Last year, 41 people were shot, with 9 killed. Black Maryland Governor Wes Moore is asking FEMA to assess flooding damage in western Maryland, which damaged buildings, cut power, and forced school evacuations. He says state emergency costs were high, and the assessment will help determine if Maryland qualifies for a presidential disaster declaration. And a bill advancing in the Louisiana state legislature would allow the New Orleans Sewerage and Water Board to elect its own president, ending the automatic role of Black Mayor LaToya Cantrell. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
FarmSafe 811 starts with you. Always call 811 and wait for any underground lines to be marked.
Always keep safety in the back of your mind. Just stay humble.
For more information, go to farmsafe811.org.
The revolution will not be televised.
What's up? It is Killer Mike, also known as Michael Render, and I'm encouraging you to listen to more, not less, of Truth Time with Dr. Cornel West and Senator Nina Turner on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
It's never too early to start talking about money in realistic ways with your kids. JP Morgan Chase navigates how to educate your kids now about creating long-lasting, healthy money habits. Whether your kids are in elementary school, high school, or college, now is a great time to start a conversation about ways to create healthy money habits as they grow, ultimately benefiting their financial future. Talking about money in a realistic way to support your kids' lifestyle and dreams, your first banking account geared towards high school or college. It's never too early. Explaining the basics, what you earn and what you spend, building financial confidence starts with getting organized. Learning and practicing vital money skills now will stay with them for life. Tools they will have to stay on top of their finances and achieve their goals. This segment is sponsored by JP Morgan Chase.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The Comedy Connection series featuring KBLA's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, and the alpha male of comedy, Ray Grady. We're going to transform relationship disasters into stand-up material live at Inglewood's Miracle Theater on May 31st at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My clinical team will disclose all of your dating woes, while the alpha male of comedy, Ray Grady, has hand-selected supremely talented comedians to roast all of our tragic relationship choices. I dare you to bring your ex's phone number, because Ray, he's going to text it live, and the crowd will be sourcing emojis. Tickets are moving swiftly, so don't hesitate to grab yours at themiracleinglewood.com before I diagnose your dating history as a pre-existing condition.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
ఏదో నా కుమారుడు గొప్ప ధనవంతుడు కావాలి, విద్యావంతుడు కావాలి, అధికారవంతుడు కావాలి, మినిస్టర్ ఇవంతే మనం కోరకూడదు.
The mother should not say that my son should earn wealth.
ఒకవేళ ఆ రాత మన ఏంటే ఉంటుంటే దైవమే పంపిస్తాడు.
God will give it automatically if he deserves it.
నువ్వు ప్రయత్నంతో సాధించేటువంటి ఏ మాత్రం కూడా శాశ్వతం కాదు.
Whatever you wish for is not something permanent.
రావాలి.
It should come automatically.
కనుకనే ప్రతి మానవుడు కూడాను దైవమును ప్రేమించాలి.
So every person should love God.
దైవ ప్రేమకు మించినటువంటి ప్రేమ మరొకటి లేదు.
There's nothing beyond love for God.
అది ఈనాడు మనం సాధించవలసినటువంటి సాధన.
That is the sadhana, the effort that we should put on.
మనం ఈ ప్రపంచంలో ఏదేని సాధించాలని అనుకుంటావు.
We think we have got to achieve so many things.
సాధించాలనే అభిష్టమే ఉంటే
if you have got the desire to achieve anything,
సత్యమైనటువంటి భగవంతుని యొక్క ప్రేమను, గట్టి ప్రేమను సాధించు.
You try to gain the strong faith and love for God.
ఏదో నా కుమారుడు గొప్ప.
I love it. The sadhana is the term he used. Effort. Right? Source is in you. You put the effort in to cultivate it. Now, my good friend who's on the line, I'm about to bring her back in here, Nikki from the SIP, was talking about the covenant with self.
Yep.
There's an effort that must be applied to that. Many of us have relationships inverted where the effort goes externally.
Nope.
It's supposed to be applied internally. He's saying the relationship that you're supposed to have is with God. That's what he said. Go. I don't want to finish. I want Nikki from the SIP to finish. Go ahead. Give us your final words here, the food for thought.
For some, that covenantal relationship would be their first opportunity to get God on the inside of them. Ooh. You got to be 10 toes down with that covenantal relationship, because that will stand for you when you can't stand for yourself. If you put that work in with it. And just remember, just consider this. When you are shown images of somebody looting, that person is robbing from themselves and whatever other relationships they may be in, because they're in a place of need. That in and of itself suggests codependency.
So codependency is self-robbery through self-avoidance.
It can be. Lord. That's right, because you didn't put the contract in place so that you're not coming from that place of need. When the world tells you that you are crap, if you put that work in and get 10 toes down with that covenantal relationship, you may stay down for a minute, but you ain't going to build no tent city and stay there.
Wow.
Because that covenant will send somebody, a demon, a girl in a red dress, a beautiful man, a child, an animal, to remind you, you come from kings and queens. You can't be nothing. It's impossible. That's what that covenantal relationship will do for you. It will talk for you when you can't talk. When we go to the wood, that covenant gonna stand for you, or it's not.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love everybody.
And guess what you just did, though?
I brought the sip in the building.
The sip is in the building because of Nikki. Look, Nikki is our Annie from Sinners. Is that which one was that? Smokes girl. Yeah. Nikki is our Annie. Remember Annie had that wisdom in that movie, Sinners. Now, I know a lot of our Christian family don't want to hear it, but Zoe Williams and the Voice of Reason is an equal opportunity space for all religious beliefs, which is why you'll hear Indian philosophers, you'll hear Christian pastors, Kojic Baptists, you'll hear spiritualists, you'll hear all types of folk, because I believe truth is universal. I believe the foundational reality of all that is God, and God finds its way into everything. God sustains everything. This is why I will use so many different examples just to bring the point home. But we got callers still. My homeboy Davey Lee from Arkansas is in the building. Davey Lee, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Yes, sir, man. I just want to say this. I ain't gonna make it long. Everybody want to be built like that, but not willing to build, man. You know, and in order to build, you must either redirect certain things or destroy certain things. It ain't no other way around it. You know, so everybody want to be built, man, but they not cut like that. And it's okay. It's okay. You just gotta stay away from me. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm tear up the crib.
Hey, man, I love you, brother. I really do, and I appreciate every time you call in, because guess what you do?
I'll just bring y'all to the sticks, man. I bring y'all to Arkansas, you hear me?
That's what I'm talking about, man. We get to go to the sticks every time Davey Lee calls in. Listen, if you want to bring your city into the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. I want to say this. Of course, it was Memorial Day yesterday, and I wasn't on the air. I'm here now, but by Saturday, my relationship roundtable at the Miracle Theater will jump off. There are a few tickets still available. Myself and comedian Ray Grady will be on Tavis Smiley's radio show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I want y'all to tune in. Ray Grady and myself will be in the building to promote this event. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, do that now. All you have to do is go to themiracleinglewood.com. Purchase your tickets now. I promise you, you won't regret it. It's going to be an amazing show. It's like clinicians versus comedians. It's going to be so amazing, so much insight, so much laughter, so much healing. Call in. Well, don't call in. Come down to the Miracle and get your tickets, or go online, themiracleinglewood.com. When I come forward, I'm going back to the phone lines.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Think carefully about what you need from your partner to feel fulfilled. Needs that you can't meet yourself and that you can't go outside the relationship for. Make sure your expectations are reasonable and fair before you begin the discussion. For example, if you're treating your partner like a doormat and then wondering why he or she isn't doing that thing that you like, you're going to need to address that first. Once you're clear in your mind about what your needs are and you're certain they're reasonable, then you're going to have the conversation. In case you're not quite sure what needs are reasonable, then here's a list of examples. Trust, commitment, affection, appreciation, empathy, friendship, satisfying sex, compromise, respect, quality time, kindness, generosity. If any of those things are missing from your relationship, then you have a right to ask for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason back in the building. Again, tonight's topic has been one of those ones, a doozy. I love it. Right after, it was a Memorial Day. That was the weekend. Yes, right after the weekend, man. It was great. And now I'm back in here cooking at the stove again. Listen. I love bringing my callers in here. One of our favorites is on the line. And, of course, we have to acknowledge him. He's our brother. He's your brother. He's from South Central Los Angeles. JW in the building. What up, J-Dub?
Yay. I'm going to land this plane real quick, bro.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it real simple. In reference to what the sister said, we got to be connected to the true vine. And when you connected to the true vine, that's when you know what love is. And when you love someone like you're supposed to love yourself and your mate, and you equally yoked, then that's the key right there. End of story, done data. And if you don't buy into the world system concept and believe the outside source, and let the world sell you a dream or a fantasy or a lie or false value or false worth, you follow my point? I just landed on that aircraft carrier. I'm done data.
Hey, we love you, man. You already know that, man. And the next event that I'm at and you there, man, we gotta shake hands, brother. I so appreciate you calling in, man.
I wish I can come tomorrow into the Miracle Lounge, but I'm not able to. But the one after that, the next one, I'm gonna make certain I introduce myself to you.
Yes, sir. And Tavis is tomorrow, and then my event with Ray Grady is this coming Saturday, the 31st.
Oh, the following week. Okay, my bad. Okay,
no, it's this week.
It's
this week Saturday, so I expect to see you at the Miracle Theater so I can shake your hand, brother. Let's get it done. J-Dub, guess what you just did?
Sir. Brought South Central inside the house, bro.
Yes, sir. Right, South Central is in the house. And again, as I just told JW, hey, tickets are going, so I want you guys to get on that right now. Go to themiracleinglewood.com to come to my special relationship roundtable with comedians and clinicians. I'm telling you, nothing like this has ever happened before. It's going to be amazing. I want you guys to get your tickets now. All right, let's just get to it. Symbiotic neediness challenges all the established views on attachment, desire, and relational health. It invites us to question whether our yearning for closeness reveals a type of hidden self-therapy, a bid to mend inner fissures through external validation while simultaneously perpetuating cycles of emotional dependency. Now, rather than accepting neediness as an abnormality, one may consider it a complex interplay of neurobiology, early life experiences, and cultural narratives where the desire for intimacy transforms into a double-edged sword, right? Empirical research on the vagus nerve and hormonal regulation, right, brings a physiological dimension, suggesting that the body's responses to stress, anxiety, and neglect might intertwine with what we label as clinginess or codependency. Again, sure, all of these things can come from childhood, sure. But I'm going to posit this. Whatever came from childhood will continue to rule your life if you don't start practicing self-reflection. Right? My good friend Nikki from the SIP said something that was quite profound. And she was talking about this covenancy with self, the covenant with self. I don't, like I said, I think clinical psychology is going to catch up or going to align with spirituality at some point. But remember, the ancients in every religious belief system talked about a particular state of consciousness where one merges with the reality of God, meaning your sense of the small g, the small you, the egoic you, dissolves into the big G, right? How is it that we can individuate, self-realize, self-actualize, find nirvana. The Buddhists call it moksha. The Christians call it Christ consciousness. Listen, how is it that we can reach that state and still need something from somebody else? See, that's why I brought up the psychological edge. The psychological edge. Everybody has needs, and to be in a healthy relationship, those needs need to be fulfilled. You got to fulfill this, and you got to fulfill. Listen, right? The covenancy of self, and I'm not talking about narcissistic tendencies. I'm talking about this individuation process where one nurtures the whole self, right? Nurturing your whole self, marrying yourself. What are you saying? That's individuation, where you marry the shadow to the mask. There has to be self-nuptials. You got to jump the broom with you before you seek to jump the broom with someone else. Can you imagine how many characters and actors and performers are just performing their relationship because it's cheaper to keep him or her? You've heard that before, right? You've heard it's cheaper to keep her, but there are women out there making a lot of money too. It's cheaper to keep him. Depending on the state you in. Are you in a community property state? Is it 50-50? It's cheaper to keep him or her. Do you see? So because you're under that kind of pressure, for some, there might be this desire to perform. We're talking about something very heavy here, and I think people tend to miss the jewel of intimate relationship. Intimate relationship can lead you to God. You can't serve selflessly until you purge the demands and the expectations out of your spirit. No one can give you enough to fill you up. I'm sorry. Listen. I start the conversations. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. I can't wait till this weekend to do this relationship roundtable. It's going to be so amazing. I want everyone to show up, all right? I want everybody to show up in Los Angeles. Get there. I know black people like to show up the night of, dressed up, suited and booted. Y'all get there, okay? Listen. I start the conversation, you finish it. The voice of reason will be back here tomorrow with another slapper. Deuces.
I hate getting locked up because that upstate bus reminds me of the slave ship. Who's in the Bible never say this. I guess that's why every juvenile is in this.